What's so funny, Mr. Scieszka? Humor by John Scieszka. The voice flew across the room and nailed me to the back of my seat. What's so funny, Mr. Scieszka? The voice belonged to Sister Margaret Mary, and it had just flown across her fifth grade religion class at St. Luke's Elementary School to find me in what I had thought was the safety of the back row. What's so funny? I repeated, trying desperately to stop laughing. I knew the correct answer to this question was, "Nothing, sister." "I'm sorry, sister," was also a very good reply, and 9 times out of 10, 99 times out of 100, I would have used one of those answers. But that day in 5th grade religion class, something happened. That day, I reached a life choice fork in the road. My friend and back row pal, Tim K., had just told me the funniest joke I had ever heard. The fact that he had told it while Sister Margaret Mary was droning on about our future place in heaven or hell only made it funnier. Now I was called out. I saw 2 life paths laid out clearly before me. Down the one path of the quick apology lay a good grade for religion class, a spot in heaven, maybe even sainthood if things worked out later in life. Down the other path lay the chance of a very big laugh, though mixed with punishment. Maybe a note to my parents. Quite possibly one mad God and forever in hell. A good grade in religion class is always a good thing in Catholic school. I knew that, but I also knew this was a really funny joke. I was torn between going for the A in heaven and going for the laugh with a chance of hell. Both were right in front of me. So when Sister Margaret Mary asked her next question, "Would you like to share it with the rest of the class?" I chose my life's path. "Well, there's this guy who wants to be a bell ringer," I began, "but he doesn't have any arms." Sister Margaret Mary's eyes pop open wider than I've ever seen them. The whole class turns to look at me, and the train wreck about to happen. Even my pal Tim K. is shaking his head. Nobody in the history of St. Luke's Elementary School has ever chosen to share it with the rest of the class. But I feel it. I have to do it. It is my path. The priest who is looking for a good bell ringer says, "You can't ring the bells. You don't have any arms." The faces of my fellow 5th graders are looking a bit wavy and blurry. "I don't need arms," says the bell ringing guy. "Watch this." And he runs up the bell tower and starts bouncing his face off the bells and making beautiful music. Half of the class laughs. I'm not sure if it's out of nervousness or pity, but it's a lot of laughs. Sister Margaret Mary's eyes open impossibly wider. Light floods the classroom. I can't really see anybody now. I can only feel the punchline building. I head toward the light. So the bell-ringing guy goes to finish his song with one last smack of his face. But this time he misses the bell and falls right out of the tower. He lands on the ground and is knocked out. A whole crowd gathers around him. The whole 5th grade religion class is gathered around me. It is a feeling of unbelievable power mixed with terror for a low-profile 5th grader like myself. "Who is this guy?" the villagers ask. I feel the whole world pause for just a single beat, like it always does before a good punchline. "I don't know his name," says the priest, "but his face rings a bell." I don't remember the grade I got in 5th grade religion class, but I do remember the laugh I got. It was huge. It was the whole class, except Sister Margaret Mary. It was out of control hysterical. It was glorious. And it set me on my lifelong path of answering that classic question, "What's so funny, Mr. Scieszka?"